hardcore official hardcore servers will never be a thing, ever, because you need the most stable internet connection in the world in order to play it. If you DC a single time, you're pretty much fucking dead. Like, there's nothing you can do. So if you can do it if you have never DC'd before in your entire life. So you pretty much need like an Ethernet connection connected directly to your computer. Because I was playing Wi-Fi and that shit apparently does not work at all. And then even then, like sometimes my modem will start blinking red randomly, like every other day. So this is like actually physically impossible for like 90% of people to do because they just DC randomly. Even if you DC randomly, like once a week, do not try hardcore. If you have ever DC'd before, do not try hardcore because you will die. And it's not even like the game. What happens is you DC and Blizzard's shit servers don't even recognize it. They just have you sitting in the fucking wetlands getting mauled by a fucking bear when you're disconnected. And Blizzard just keeps you online for whatever dumbass reason, even though your computer's like completely turned off at this point, and you're just getting shit on by a fucking bear, and you come back on, and your guild doesn't even get the notification that you died. Like, the game doesn't even recognize that you're dead until you log back in. And then you get instantly teleported to the graveyard, and then the guild gets the notification. Like, so the game is both the interconnect, like, it could be a thing if Blizzard just fucking, once you get disconnected, you disappear from the world like it fucking should. You shouldn't stand there fucking DC getting mauled by a fucking bear because Blizzard can't program their fucking game. And then the internet service provider, maybe it's just mine, but they're complete dog shit. They're like, oh, yeah, 95% of the time our internet works. Oh, that's good enough, right? But no, it's not. Because sometimes it's just completely randomly. Like, there's no blinking light on the modem or anything. My other computer disconnects, or it just is not like receiving any data from the modem, and the modem is just shitting itself apparently, or it's the internet connection, and then you just fucking randomly fucking die. So unless you have never been disconnected before in your entire life playing this game, do not play hardcore. Hardcore will never be a thing because you can die constantly for no reason other than your shitty internet connection. So it may be better if on Diablo 2 if you're playing hardcore, because that game you could run that game on a potato. And then you don't get, especially like a fucking melee mage, I'm in constant danger of dying. If anything aggroes me and I am not aware of it, I am dead. Yeah, so it literally takes like a 5-second disconnect. And this disconnect, I had to restart my entire fucking computer because my computer was just shitting itself and I couldn't even exit the game. If you're disconnected, exit game should work, right? But it doesn't. Yeah, you can't even close the fucking program because Blizzard just doesn't know how to program a fucking 25-year-old fucking game. And then you have all the griefers. So you have level 60 fucking hunters running around pulling fucking elite Zul'Gurub mobs in a fucking level 10s. And then what's Blizzard gonna do about that? Like, they don't want to deal. Like, if you think griefing's bad now, could you imagine what it'd be like if there were official servers for this bullshit? It would cost them so much money just to like moderate people's behaviors and to enforce rules and to look at appeals and shit. It would cost. It's way too much upkeep. I could see maybe if it was like hot vanilla back like 20 years ago and it was a thing and they had like 10 million subscribers, they would do it, but there's probably only fucking like 50,000 people or whatever doing hardcore. That's really not worth the amount of like employees they would have to put into this in order to enforce the rules and to stop griefers. They would have to have like community moderators with the power to like ban people from the fucking game, which they would never do because that just creates a whole can of worms that they'd have to deal with. You could have a moderator griefer or a griefer who secretly like acts nicely and gets up the ranks and becomes a moderator and just starts shitting all over people. And then what happens if one of the community moderators account gets hacked or someone else logs into it? That would be probably the biggest PR disaster on the entire fucking planet. So there is zero chance of Blizzard ever making hardcore servers because they can't have the game connected 24 hours a day, and you can just randomly die, and then it would cost them an insane amount of money to moderate it and a huge amount of manpower, and they would have to like kind of patch the game to enforce these rules. So it would probably cost them like millions upon millions of dollars initially just to get up and running, and then like $1 million upkeep each month just paying employees and moderators and new servers. It's unless it becomes like really really massive, which it won't because people quit the game because they don't have the fucking internet connection for. So I don't know, it's just complete hardcore is complete dog shit. Do not try it. You will fucking die completely out of your hands, and Blizzard and no one gives a shit. You can appeal this, but you know what happens when I disconnect? My recording software disconnects. So the recording I have is is corrupted and you can't play it. I have the file of me logging back in and spawning at a graveyard. You can see my no-mass fucking laying dead next to a bear, and then instantly get teleported to a graveyard, and then the guild gets the notification. They didn't hear shit until I fucking logged back into the game. So it's both buggy and shitty and horrible and impossible to do.